your blood pressure?
Good. It's good to get in an environment like that and play a meaningful game and take it back to the 90s, 91-90 game. We'll take it.
Just to have a game like that and at a night where offense was a click, and just to have that kind of defensive stop to end the game.
Yeah.
What does it say about the team and the mentality?
We're going to continue to fight and not give up. I think it was 90-83, so we finished with an 8-0 run there and got stops when we needed to, hit big shots when we needed to, got on the floor, which we just showed the team the loose balls that created that foul, and then great job switching at on the last possession to kind of bottle that up. But had our opportunities, didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but as I said before, you can always rely on your defense when the shots are falling, and to hold them to 90. Obviously improvement from last week, but a lot of good things. 18-point first quarter, 19-point second quarter, 21-point fourth quarter, 8 24-second violations, 30 points off their 22 turnovers, and only you put them at the free throw line 9 times. That's a recipe for success on the defensive end for sure.
In a game like this where you're struggling to score, does it stand out even more having a player like Alpern that you can get the ball down to and he's going to get a good shot?
Yeah, I always say having a post threat is a really good insurance plan. Kind of settle everything down. They're bogging down the pick and rolls. They're taking away some actions, and you can always kind of go in there and know that he's going to draw the attention, get a decent shot, or find somebody in open look. And so, luxury to have for sure.
Especially because they started a small ball lineup. Did you tell him to be more in attack mode from the beginning?
Yeah, from the start. I think last game he missed some easy shots, and he wanted to wish he had back, obviously. But today it was duck in, get 2 feet in the paint, not post up as far away, and if you do, face up and be an aggressive attack mode there. So I think he understood he had played his best last time against them, and we barely lost, so he wanted to put forth a much better effort and did that.
Jalen's offense was kind of inconsistent, but for him to make that play at the end just kind of showed the impact that you can have on a game when your offense maybe isn't at its best.
Yeah, I mean, he had some spurts during the game where he got to go on a little bit, but missed a few things early. I'm not worried about the missed shots. It's more about the aggression that he's playing with or the force he's playing with. So did that, came in, gave up a 3 or 2, but to stay in the game and stay locked in and get on the floor like he did for that last possession was big, and then let alone make the free throws. So, I was kind of going offense, defense, substitution-wise, and for him to stay engaged and locked in shows maturity and growth.
You mentioned the game was like the 90s. Did it feel more like a playoff game with the shorter rotation, hard to get offense going? And does that bode well for a team that wants to get there?
Yeah, I'd say you felt the environment. Obviously, the atmosphere in there was different. But, like I've always said, we're playing for something, and a lot of firsts for our guys to play meaningful games. And, guys haven't been in the playoffs as much to play a game like this to get to Las Vegas and advance in the tournament. So for us, we took that approach and knew they were going to do the same thing. But, yeah, it's a good sign until the shots are falling. And we went 1 for 13 from 3 in the first half and had 10 wide open looks at those 13. So it's better to go 5 for 14 in the second half and make a few. But, hit them at a higher clip. It's a much more comfortable win. But you can still, like I always say, rely on defense.
To kind of build on that, what do you think a win like this can do for a young team that, like you say, is trying to build something and trying to get back to the playoffs and do some things that maybe they've never done?
Yeah, just give you the determination to kind of strive for more and want to achieve our goals this year that we fell short of last year. But every time you're in these certain environments, like I said, playing in meaningful games in March and April last year for the first time, and now a game like this to advance and move on only will help in the long run. And so pressure situations are new to some of our guys, haven't been there before. You got other guys who've done it every year, and so want to get back to that, and today was a step in the right direction.
What does it mean just to be able to finally get over that hump and beat Golden State?
Yeah, I mean, that's good. It's an added bonus to what we just, everything else I just talked about. But, we felt last year even, we had some really close games, and Curry hit some threes late. So we played them much tougher. And then obviously this year, getting back to overtime after being down so much, we had a chance there and kind of faltered in overtime. But the one that really stung in my time here is last game, scoring 93 and holding them to 99 with some guys missing. And so it was a great chance for us to get right back after it against the team. And glad it was them, that opponent, for us to move on.
What from tonight can you apply to the semifinal against the Thunder? What from tonight can you apply to the semifinal against the Thunder?
Well, they're another team that packs the paint. It's going to make us prove it, and so you've seen some things there. They're a team that has blitzed quite a bit as well with Fred and Jalen, so it's something we're familiar with now as well. And so we can get better in those areas tonight that we kind of faltered on and missed some of the threes. I think the looks were good and the intentions were good on the kickouts, and just got to knock those down. So, hell of another hell of a scorer that's coming, and Gilgeous Alexander, and so had some up and down battles with him this year so far, and looking forward to another one.
Jabari had some really big threes in this game, kind of momentum shifting or taking some momentum away from Golden State. How would you just overall assess his performance in this one?
Yeah, it was great. I think with the shortened rotation and us not playing two traditional bigs, he found some advantages there with the spacing and the pick and pops, and so had some good looks there. Missed a few early, made some late, obviously, and wanted to be aggressive taking those shots when they're going to be in a traditional drop coverage, and know that looks there. We just got to deliver the ball and shoot it with confidence. So helped when we were in a lull at times, but want all our guys to be aggressive, and he has a clear advantage when he's at the 5.
Primetime games, what do you think that you showed the rest of the world that was watching, the NBA fans that was watching, about who the Houston Rockets are?
What was the first part of that?
I said it was a lot of people
Oh,
watching you all the time. What do you think it showed?
I mean, people don't see us that often, not being on national TV a lot, but I think the teams that play against us and people who do watch know what kind of brand of basketball we play, physical, aggressive there, athletic guys that get out and play with energy, and so I think, we're a fun team to watch. We'll get better on the shooting part, and that'll obviously make us a little more potent, but I think people that do watch know what we are, and it's good to kind of preview that for other people.
You talked about what it's meant for the team to play some meaningful basketball. What about for you as a coach? How nice is it to be able to lead this team in a moment?
That's good. I mean, it's really, I've been there, won a few championships, and as an assistant and head, and so for me, it's a great feeling to get back to that and have a crowd like that. But it's more meaningful for the guys, obviously, and all the credit's due to them for buying in, accepting what we're trying to teach, and bring that professional approach every night. And so to turn around, in a year or so, and then move on into this. Obviously, our goals are not just to make the in-season tournaments, to get to the playoffs and do some damage there, but this is the first step so far.
Does shortening the rotation, is that more of just kind of the holes in the schedule that you guys have had here the last week or so?
Yeah, with the breaks that we have, and Golden State was a team that, other than when Curry's not on the court, we could go with another big, or Looney's out there. So it was a little bit of both, where we didn't love the backup 5 coming in when Curry was out there, and we do have obviously some breaks sometimes and games in between that we can run guys a little bit longer, and we felt going small tonight would be more advantageous for us on both ends of the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.